And then the rumor mill is how we end the regular sections. So rumor mill this week, we have Joe Rogan confirming one of the biggest podcast rumors of the last decade, I'm sure. We also have a couple of Big Bang Theory sequel, spin-off, something, and then also casting for that American Psycho remake movie. And a couple more, but nothing crazy this week.
Maybe. It's classified.
Hello nerds, and welcome to the Rumor Mill. You have found the appropriate cheat code to get to the news before it becomes news. Here we will discuss rumors in the pop culture and nerdy realm of things, then we will discuss the probability that those rumors are legitimate, and then finally probably a little bit of my own personal speculation. If you want the more concrete news that has already become news, then there is a full news show over on the main channel called The Week in Nerddom, which you can find linked down in the description, as well as at the end of this video. Now, let's see what all of those rumor mongers have to say, and which of them are just plain full of poop. We have a confirmation this week. No refutations, but definitely a confirmation. Our confirmation this week is the Joe Rogan situation. Joe Rogan, even though he has previously said that he would never have Donald Trump on his show, he now is going to have Donald Trump on his show. The Kamala Harris situation very much still remains to be seen. I will be very freaking surprised. I'll eat my hat. Not this hat, but a hat. If we do see Kamala Harris on the Joe Rogan podcast. I was very surprised when I heard this because, again, Rogan has said previously that he would not have Trump on, and now he's having Trump on. So, I mean, everyone's entitled to the ability to change their mind. Just seemed like this one was a little weird. But yeah, confirmation, it's happening. At least half of that rumor is happening. Let's get into new rumors. We have no new sources for old rumors, just some new rumors to talk about. First up is another Blade rumor. This time they're saying that Blade has been canceled or postponed because it was removed from the release schedule at New York Comic-Con. So that has led to wild speculation. We do know at the very least that Mahershala Ali is still attached to make this happen. It just seems that the make this happen part might get pushed back a little bit. So at this, it's kind of hard to say that this didn't happen because, again, we didn't see it on the release slate from Marvel at their presentation at New York Comic-Con. So I'm going to say about 90% likely that this has been pushed back again, though the reason why it got pushed back is very much remains to be seen. So there's that. From there, our next rumor has to do with Secret Wars. This one is Thanos returning. This is another rumor about Thanos coming back. This time, Thanos is returning specifically so that he can be killed by God Emperor Doom. This is technically rumor that is reliant on another rumor. So we can only go so high if the existence of God Emperor Doom or something resembling the God Emperor Doom storyline from the comics is going to happen in this movie. That's a rumor unto itself. So to then extrapolate beyond that with another rumor saying, well, the reason that Thanos is going to be coming back is so that he can fight and lose to God Emperor Doom, assumes that God Emperor Doom is real. So 50% is as high as we can go. We are going to go that high because I think if they do the God Emperor Doom storyline, which is possible, I don't think it's super likely, but I think it's possible, then yes, it would make sense for them to bring Thanos back at least for a movie so he can die again, right? So yeah, but 50%, that's as high as we can go for that. Next up is Big Bang Theory rumors. We actually have two Big Bang Theory rumors. First one is a Stuart-centric spin-off series. We know that Young Sheldon's coming to an end, and that is getting a spin-off, so the spin-off's getting a spin-off, which was Sheldon's brother and his wife and their child, and that's going to be the focus of the spinoff from Young Sheldon. So technically that's a Big Bang Theory spinoff as well. But then we have a Stuart-centric spinoff in the works, according to the rumor. Stuart, remember, was the guy who ran the comic book shop, and he was kind of the outsider friend they didn't really acknowledge. So that's going to be the focus of the spinoff, of one of these spinoffs, according to rumor. So we're going to address these two separately. The other one is that there is going to very potentially be a Penny-centric spinoff. I honestly think that If I had to, gun to my head, pick which one of these was more likely to happen, especially based on the information, because these are two different sources saying these things. Based on the information given, it sounds like the Stuart one might be a little bit more likely. And then the Penny rumor is going to be wrapped into the Stuart rumor, and that Penny's probably going to have some sort of guest spot or cameo or something along those lines in the Stuart show. But considering both of these sources, it's kind of hard to really say one way or the other because they have really bad track records. So I'm going to just kind of split the difference on both and say 50% likely that we're going to be seeing a Stuart-centric Big Bang Theory spin-off series, and also 50% likely that we're going to be seeing a Penny-centric spin-off series from Big Bang. And then we have American Psycho. Like I talked about in the movie section, American Psycho is getting reimagined as it's being billed by Lionsgate. The rumor here is who they're going to cast as Patrick Bateman. We have another very poor rumor monger saying that it's going to be Timothee Chalamet, who's going to be the one that is cast as the modern Patrick Bateman. I think that would be a very effective choice because Chalamet is one of the great actors of his generation already, and he's still in his early 20s, I believe. So yeah, sure, if that goes the way that the rumor says it's gonna go, then it will be great. I don't know how much weight we can put on that though, again, because this source is very, very poor. Also, Timothée Chalamet's slate, his movie slate, is pretty full ahead of him. So if we're talking about pre-production already for the American Psycho reimagining, then I don't think that Chalamet is going to be the guy. But he could be, because we don't know exactly what the timetable is. So I feel like there's enough on both sides to say that we're going to split the difference on this one as well and go 50% likely that this will be happening. So that's what we have for the regular rumors. And then we're talking about speculation for this rumor. We have one piece of speculation, and it's Blade. So the bump for Blade, assuming it's real, it might be advantageous for Marvel because if you want to believe other rumors that we've covered here on the show, they're very potentially going to be doing at least one more movie with Wesley Snipes' Blade. So because Hollywood producer types are the way they are, it is verboten to have two active different representations of a single character, which is why when Batman is actively getting movies, they don't have him in a TV show. That Gotham kind of had a weird loophole with that, but the same thing with Joker in the Batman universe. If he's actively in the movies, which he was at the time, then he doesn't get properly represented on TV. And the same thing happens with intellectual properties all over the place inside of nerd culture, inside of the things that we nerds like to watch, inside of basically anything that Hollywood producer types can get their hands on. If there is an existing version of it, see also Superman and Lois, and why we don't have a Superman movie right now, because that series is ongoing. That series will end before the new Superman movie comes out, so as to limit confusion in the minds of the corporate executive types, limit confusion with people who don't understand how movies work. It's ridiculous, but that's legitimately the reason why. They think it's going to confuse the audience because, well, Tyler Hoechlin is Superman in the TV show. Who's this guy in the movie? I'm related to somebody who has those lines of thought, so I understand, but I don't think he is representative of the target audience because he's in his 70s at this point. So yeah, he's gonna get a little confused because he didn't keep up. He didn't read comic books when he was a kid, right? Anyway, so if that it will be advantageous to their line of thinking, at least, if they bump the Blade movie, the Mahershala Ali Blade movie back, because we're going to very likely see Wesley Snipes' Blade in Secret Wars at the very least, if not in another solo movie, so that we can get some sort of proper conclusion to that storyline. So yeah, very, very potential, but that is absolutely speculative on my part and anyone else who's selling that to you. It is very, very much speculative. But that's what we have for the Rumor Mill this week, nerds. That brings us to the end of the video, nerds. Thank you very much for joining me for the news. Once again, there is a full and probably much more up-to-date and recent episode of the news, the full-length version, if you will, called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel, linked down in the description, and probably link popping up somewhere around my face right about now. So click on that, go check that out as well, or if you prefer your news in more truncated pieces, then by all means just stick around here and go check out some of the other stuff we offer on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember, nerds, that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.